What is up, guys? My name is P-Winner and welcome back to my Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire walkthrough. As always, 100 likes would be really appreciated, and I'll upload the next part as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, in the last episode, we took on the champion of Hoenn, Steven, and we defeated him. We are now the champion of Hoenn ourselves. In this episode, we are going to begin the aftergame by beginning the Delta episode. I'm playing through this mostly blind. I have a small idea of what to do, so I hope you guys will enjoy my, my perspective of the Delta episode. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into this. I'm actually kind of nervous about it because I don't know what to do, but at the same time, that nervousness is excitement as well. If I was just playing this without recording, I'd really be excited. I just want to make a good video for you guys, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I'm familiar with this little cutscene right here, so let's read it aloud. Professor Cosmo, it's a disaster. The meteorite's trajectory, it's suddenly changed direction. Now it's on a collision course with our planet. What? Recheck the data, update the course calculations and confirm the new trajectory. Target locked on. Confirming the meteorite's now expected trajectory now. According to the numbers, it should make impact somewhere southwest of Sutopolis on a small island off Route 131. But changing trajectory is mid-flight. It's almost like it's alive. But Professor, what should we do? What do we do? Calm yourself, man. Yes, sir. So it's come to this. Call in the 10-year-old champion person. Anyway, this is really interesting. It looks like I won't be needing this. Yep. And it turns out the Zinnia was a Team Magma Grunt. And I think she was Courtney, just judging by the way she's going to speak now. Phew, that's so much better. Oh, I feel so free. The uniform got pretty stinky after a while and all sweaty too. So attractive. Nice. Oh, my adorable little Asta, I don't know. With the little musical note, I think it's Courtney. But yeah, are you that happy to see me looking like myself again? You're just too darn cute, like always. Indeed, that Whismur is. She has such a strange team, Whismur and then Mega Salamence. Phew, but there's not much time left for us. It'll only be a matter of weeks, no, days. Things have gotten a bit tricky now since that kid managed to stop one of the super ancient Pokemon from being revived like it should have been. Not that it's a really big deal, I've already thought of a new plan. If I just tweak a bit with that keystone, one with plenty of that built up. So, I swear I'll protect you. So, I get the impression she's going to tamper with a meteorite to make it, you know, a Rayquaza, if that makes sense. Anyway, the Pokemon Omega Ruby Delta episode. Let us begin. I swear I feel ignorant because I don't recall this ever being in our room. I hope it's been added in recently and not, you know, it wasn't in our room the entire time because I didn't see that the first time. Anyway, our dads actually came home. It's nice to know this isn't a totally broken home, that we do actually have a dad. But anyway, your old man hasn't given up just yet. Good to know. Oh, and before I forget, I was thinking of giving these to you, the pair of tickets that he mentioned in the last episode. Just after we defeated May, after defeating the champion. Yeah, to the Star Show that's being held at the Mars Deep Space Center. I was really planning to go with your mom, but it looks like I've got to rush back to the gym in Petalburg. Okay. You know it's a pair of tickets. This right here, forced romance. Why are they shipping Brendan and May together? I feel like I'm the only person on the internet that's not obsessed with a goddamn 10-year-old. It's I don't like it. But anyway, oh, that dad of yours, he comes home for the first time in ages and all he talks about is Pokemon. Why can't he just go and relax? Maybe because I have the only bedroom in the house. He doesn't want to just sit at a table all night, Mom. Anyway, tomorrow the long-awaited Star Show will finally begin. We've got all the latest news and updates. So anyway, I know sort of what to do in this episode, kind of. I'm honestly not all too familiar with it. I'm playing through this mostly blind with a little bit of guidance from guides I've read and stuff like that. So hopefully I can give you guys an entertaining episode. Anyway, again, this forced romance. I remember going to see them with your dad 11 years ago when they last passed by, implying that, oh, this neighbor girl is marched right over to that and invite that neighbor. It's stupid in my opinion. I feel like I'm the only person on the internet that isn't obsessed with this 10-year-old in a Pokemon game. Whoa, are we in sync or what? You know, I was just thinking about you. It's great to meet you. It is our first real meeting, right? Yeah, that's right. Of course it is. The name's Zinnia, and you, well, I know all about you. You're P1, of course. You're the new Pokemon League champion, and you're one of those special few who use Mega Evolution to get even closer to their Pokemon now, aren't you? Okay, I know. I'll leave it alone. Look, I'm stopping, but this is a nice place, isn't it? And everybody living here is just so nice too. Like this neighbor of yours. I get. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on like that. We should keep our first meeting short and sweet, right? Don't you think? Until next time then, bye-bye. So, let's try and give our second ticket to our neighbor, May, right here. This forced romance. Ow. Are you okay? What should I do? What should I do? Oh, Wibble. It's not that big of a deal, Mom. She just knocked me down a bit. Ouch, that stings. This is really weird. Zinnia came into May's house and stole one of her keystones. Weird as heck. Like, she broke through her window, snatching her keystone up. Seriously, what the heck? What the heck is her problem? Anyway, we're going to get the amulet coin from our mother right here. He's in direct competition with our dad because our dad gave us the gym badge. She wants to give us an amulet coin. I'm surprised we didn't get the amulet coin a bit earlier on in this game. Maybe we could have. I'm not too sure. Mainly because I rushed through the game entirely, didn't I? But anyway, we gotta go help our good old neighbor, Professor Birch, who's being chased by a Shroomish. Embarrassingly. Why is this always happening to you? Is this going to happen another 2 times? I don't know. Right here, we're going to have to help the professor out, and we're going to obtain one of 3 starter Pokemon from the region of Johto. Now, Johto is my favorite region by far, so I'm honestly super happy that we get a Johto starter. I'm going to give bios for these, so let's describe them. Chikorita. Chikorita is the grass-type starter Pokemon from Johto, and it's probably the worst choice out of the 3. Its defenses are actually pretty great, but in terms of offense, it's left something to be desired. It's got a decent move pool, not the best, quite honestly. It's overall not really recommended, especially for Hoenn, even though Hoenn's full of water-type Pokemon. In the after game, it's probably not going to be too useful if you guys actually want to use it. I really love Chikorita. It's not the greatest competitive Pokemon, but I like Chikorita. So, I don't recommend it, but if you like it as much as I do, feel free. It's a good Pokemon. Next up is Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil, if you guys didn't know, is my favorite Pokemon. In general, it's just my favorite Pokemon. You guys can see it on my channel banner, and yeah, I'm just a big fan of it. If you guys are familiar with Charmander and the Charmander evolution line, you will be right at home with Cyndaquil, considering it shares the exact same base stat spread as Charmander. The only difference between them two is that Charizard is a flying type, and Typhlosion is a completely it's just fire type. Its move pool isn't exactly the best. It's got a good few moves, but it doesn't have the greatest spread in the world. If you come across a Pokemon you're weak to, you're essentially screwed. But Cyndaquil, Typhlosion, they have their niches. I really like Cyndaquil, my favorite Pokemon, and I'm gonna be picking it in just a second. Totodile. Totodile is, again, I really like Totodile. It's a really good water-type Pokemon. It's physically offensive. It hasn't got the greatest of speed. It's got a really cool design. I really like Feraligatr. I've already chose Mudkip, and I would suggest that Mudkip is better than Totodile and the Totodile evolution line. But it's got a really good move pool, and I really like Totodile. So feel free to pick it. It's just looking at it brings back awesome memories. So anyway, I'm going to pick Cyndaquil like I said. Let's pick it. We have ourselves a Cyndaquil, but we're not going to be forced into battle against this Shroomish, so it doesn't matter. Good thing that Shroomish wasn't as fierce as it seems. I sure do appreciate you trying to help me out, though. In fact, why didn't you keep that Pokemon? Very generous. He just gives us a Johto starter Pokemon. You do not need to complete the regional dex to get one of these. All you need to do is complete the game. All you need to do is defeat the champion, and he will give you a Johto starter Pokemon immediately. So yeah, don't worry about that. You do not need to complete the regional dex. You don't need to do anything other than just what I did just there. Like, I can understand why you guys would be like, oh, you've completed the Pokedex. I'm confused. Do we have to complete the Pokedex ourselves to be able to, you know, get a Johto starter Pokemon? No, don't worry about that. Anyway, this is the first time I'm showing Soaring with Mega Latios in my walkthrough. This is such an awesome feature, and I've played around with it just a tiny little bit off screen, so I get the basics. I understand. It quite simply looks beautiful. Look at this world. It's amazing. There's a few legendary Pokemon we're able to encounter. In fact, I'm going to show you the areas we can encounter legendary Pokemon. You might see in the distance now on the top screen there is a little red orb on this southern island right here. What's the island actually called? It is Pathless Plain. We can capture a legendary Pokemon there. Right by Sutopolis there's another one we can capture. Way up in the distance past Marsdeep there's another, and over here you can see it in the distance on that small little island. There's another legendary Pokemon you can capture there. Excuse me, I'm going to be saving those encounters for another time. I'm going to save them for after we've completed the Delta episode. So we're going to fly to Petalburg City, I think, because I think this is the next place we need to go to. Quite honestly, I am totally unfamiliar with the Delta episode, so you guys are going to have to forgive me if I get anything incorrect throughout this episode. I just hope I can give you a decent walkthrough. As the title of this video suggests, it's a walkthrough. So yeah, anyway, there's a team immigrant messing with Wally here. We've got to save Wally. Tedious, bothersome child. You should just be quiet and give me the keystone. I'm telling you, I don't have it. I already know that you can use Mega Evolution. You even listen, I've been telling you. Peter Winnell. She is. It is Courtney. I was right. You. Aha, nice timing, maybe. I feel stupid because I was saying, oh, maybe it's Courtney. Maybe it's Courtney that's Zinnia. But, and you guys probably knew already, but right here, I think it is. I'm not too sure. I'm genuinely not too sure. It probably is, just, just looking at this. Like, obviously, like, they're trying to get a keystone, like she got a keystone from May. Anyway, we cannot take this on with a little Manectric because it's Park Ground type. So let's switch into our Swampert. We don't even have to make a evolve it. We can just use Waterfall to finish this off. Not even finish it off, just take it out in one hit because it also has super effective attack. We are probably going to need to train up our Pokemon just a little bit in the aftergame because I'm aware that the final Pokemon you take on in the Delta episode is level 80. Level 80. So I don't know if I'll just be using a Master Ball on that thing, or maybe I could even use Pokemon from my Pokemon X and Pokemon Y copy that I've transferred over via the use of Pokemon Bank. Maybe I should do that. I'm not too sure, just barely. This is really strange. Courtney is Zinnia? No, you're always meddling. If that's how it is, and Meteor Falls, the leader's keystone. I don't know what that was. Thank you so much, Peter Winnell. A strange woman suddenly attacked me, demanding that I hand over my keystone. The truth is that I couldn't give it to her, even if I wanted. My keystone is gone. I left it in the house when I went out, and it just disappeared. What in the world is going on? If someone like that ever shows up again, I've got to protect my mum and dad. You be careful too, Peter Winnell. Wadi is now a certified badass, being all like, yo, I gotta protect you, mum and dad. Anyway, the entry call version 0.09. Ooh, okay. Hello, is that you, Petey Winnell? It's me, Steven. How have you been doing? I imagine you must be quite shocked. This communication mode that Devon is still currently developing. It comes installed on every Pokénav Plus. I was wondering that. We haven't received any, any phone calls or anything like that. I was expecting a ton of phone calls with the Pokénav. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but I need you to come to the Devon Corporation in Rustboro. There's something I have to talk to you about in person. I'll be waiting for you there. Yeah, I guess we haven't received any phone calls up until now, but at the same time, there is much more useful stuff on the Pokénav. So, yeah, I guess that's a good exchange. I'd rather not receive phone calls because they could get quite irritating while playing the original Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Anyway, we're using the Latios and we're using the Eon Flute as our main form of transportation. I'd rather just use Fly anywhere, but like I don't have a Pokemon with Fly in my party. I could replace it with I could replace like Groudon with Talonflame, but I don't know. I'd rather just have Groudon on my team for now, just because it's a Pokemon we've actually directly captured in Pokemon Omega Ruby. So yeah, you know what, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Yo, what's up? Who might you be? You're a new face around these parts. No, I'm the Pokemon League champion, sir. Show some respect to me, girl. Anyway, right here is Stephen Stone. I'm sorry about summoning you so suddenly. It's well known how often my intuition turns out to be right, but I never imagined we would be meeting again this soon. I'm sorry to say it. It is not happy news that brings us together. This isn't something we should discuss in public. Let's continue this inside. I'm really intrigued about where this Delta episode is going. I really can't wait to see what happens, I guess. So anyway, Dad, Peter Winall is here. You're that guy on YouTube. Well, welcome. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? Oh, I suppose I'm just getting old. Recently, I seem to forget details just as soon as I learn them. In the background, there's Omanite, Helix. Praise the Helix. I learned, Dad. Oh, I know what you want to say. My, what a hasty, impatient one you are. What are we to do with such an impatient one for our Pokemon League champion? Oh, is that so? So you're the new champion, Petey Winall. Then I guess we'll never break you of that impatience after... Then I guess we'll never... Yeah. After all, Stephen, Dad. Stephen isn't pleased. Look at that face. Oh, I know. Can't you take a joke? Now then, Petey Winall, I'm afraid that I'm planning to start in on a rather long and quite heavy topic. Are you sure that you're ready to take all of it in? I guess so. Then I suppose I should begin. Let me take us back 3,000 years. Back when I was just a wee little boy. Back to the days when this story began. Okay. Intense music. There's a great war at that time in a region far from here. Kalos. That war was finally brought to an end by a weapon created by one man, AZ. And what energy source could power such a dreadful weapon? Do you know? You see, it ran on the life energy of Pokemon. The energy that could be gained by the sacrifice of so many Pokemon. There are surely many people who would call it reprehensible. But my grandfather, the president of Devon before me, said this. Couldn't we use the energy to improve the lives of people and Pokemon? And so we developed our greatest creation here at the Devon Corporation. Infinite energy. Thanks to infinite energy, Devon was able to become one of the top industries in Hoenn and developed into the giant you see today. You may be surprised to learn that the Devon parts you once recovered for us were in fact parts of a motor that would make it possible to power a submarine using infinite energy. It was not long before we began to expand our attempts to further human development. Just facepalm. Development! Next, we moved into exploring space. The rockets launched from the Mars Deep Space Center using our infinite energy. They are the true results of our dreams, our passion, and our technology. But never did we imagine they could end up as the best hope for saving our world. My preamble has been quite long, but we arrive at last at the real issue. That is the overwhelming catastrophe which now approaches us. A huge asteroid, with more than 6 miles in diameter, is currently on track to collide with our planet. We have been working together with the Mars Deep Space Center, which was first to recognize this danger. We are devising countermeasures that would use our rockets, but in order for these plans to succeed, though, we need a Meteorite Shard. So that's it. You want him to go and get that shard for you? Ah, that's my boy. Alright, I need you to understand at once. It was hardly a deduction worthy of praise. I need to make your way to the Granite Cave near Dewford. According to the surveys, you should be able to find the kind of meteorite shards that we need there. And you, Stephen? I want you, son, to head for the Space Center at once to start the preparations using that link cable that I gave you. A link cable, that's awesome. So is it to be a warp system? Yes, I understand. But Granite Cave, I see the floor where we first met, the floor with the ancient wall paintings. Is it true that there were many shards of meteorites scattered around there? It looks as though it's decided then, Petey Winall. I will head for the Space Center in Mars Deep. If I learn anything, I will contact you at once. Okay. So we are given our mission briefings. We have to head to the Dewford Town, to the Granite Cave. So I will be counting on the two of you to take care of this for me. Let's save the world. Let's do this. Once again, I will just quickly fly on my Latios using the Eon Flute. And we should be there almost immediately. I can't wait until we're finished with the Delta episode, because then we're pretty much done with the walkthrough, apart from the legendary Pokemon, which I have plans to cover the legendary Pokemon anyway, so you guys can really look forward to that. But anyway, we are going to use the Eon Flute to get to Granite Cave. So let's do this. I'm really, really excited about this. Like, I can't wait to battle the Pokemon at the end of this, which you guys are probably familiar with. I just don't want to spoil it in case no one knows. In case someone knows. Of course, people know, but yeah. We're going to land in Dewford Town. It's nice to see that Dewford Town actually has a use in the aftergame, because Dewford Town was, I don't know, after you defeated the gym there was really nothing worth visiting there. Apart from like the Pokemon fan club, which was kind of entertaining. The Dewford Hall. Everyone exchanged information here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, let's go in Granite Cave. I don't think we need Flash or anything like that. I think we have plenty of repels. I think all we need to do, let's go here. Let's go down here, and then we'll go up that little ramp with the Mac bike. I'm not too sure if we need to go down here. I'm just checking. Sorry, I just bumped my mic with my hand. Ugh. Silly Phil. Silly Phil. Okay. So anyway, if Zinnia's in here, then we're pretty much good to go. She is. Zinnia is in here, so my intuition was correct. Okay. Here is Zinnia. I think we're going to battle her for the very first time. Maybe the last time. I'm not entirely positive on that. Well, seems like it's true. It really is. Just like the wall painting there. This one shows Primal Reversion, while that one shows Mega Evolution. I guess that proves it once and for all. Our great ancestors once lived here too. The ancestors, sorry for moving my mic, who passed down through me the knowledge of how to protect the world, how to avert the threat that will appear from space, as long was foretold from a place higher than. She just said mum. Damn. What is it, Asta? The Pokemon can speak. Oh. It can't speak. It was just, I'm just being stupid. We do seem to meet an awful lot, PD Winall. Are you also interested in this old painting? Or are you here for the other? For one of the Meteorite Shards that can serve as a source of power for the legendary Pokemon that lives in the heavens above. Either way, you know I adore you. That's it. I can't help it. I have to battle you. I don't even think Zinnia's Courtney now. I'll play nice though and ask first. You ready to battle me, right? She seems too nice to be Courtney. Now let's do it. Give me a good taste of everything you and your Pokemon have to offer. Don't know. I just kind of got the feeling that she was Courtney, but I don't know. Anyway, Zinnia looks strange as heck. Those red eyes. It's going to lead with Tyrantrum. I should probably switch out. Into Metagross. Metagross should probably be the best. But he is probably going to use Earthquake here. She, but Tyrantrum's a he. We'll use Metagross because why the heck not? We may as well. She does have Mega Salamence. God, I can't wait to see Mega Salamence's 3D model. That is going to look fantastic. So anyway, let's do this. Yeah, as predicted, using Earthquake, but we should be able to take that easily. So we'll Mega Evolve, and we should be able to do alright in this fight, but I'm not entirely 100% sure. I just hope we can. If we can defeat the champion, I'm sure we can defeat some random NPC. So anyway, let's do this. If not, I'll just use a Hyper Potion. I'm not going to have Metagross Feint on me. So Meteor Mash should be a pretty easy 2-hit KO. Should be a 1-hit KO, yeah. Very, very nice. Next up is going to be her. I'm interested. What's it going to be? An Altaria. I kind of want to set up with Latios, use a Calm Mind or two like we did against Drake. And then we can just very easily defeat her Salamence. So we'll Calm Mind once or twice. I'm not really scared of Dragon Pulse or whatever they're going to use. Should be fairly easy. So Special Attack rises. Dragon Pulse. We can survive that because Calm Mind is going to raise our special defense. We'll do it once more and then we'll start Dragon Breathing all over it. I would prefer if we had Dragon Pulse. I know that you get that at the Battle Tower or the Battle Maison or something like that. So that's probably a priority to go get that once the Battle Resort actually opens up to us. But as of right now, unfortunately, we can't access that area. At least I don't think so. So we'll see. We'll see in time. We defeat that Altaria. Very nice. Level 50. Level 50 Latios. That's awesome. I kind of want to check Latios's IVs. That'd be really interesting. We should hopefully be able to defeat the Salamence, because Salamence is well, the Mega Evolution for it gives it a boost to its... Oh, it doesn't even Mega Evolve. Well, it gave it a boost to its physical defense, so whatever. We defeat that. Very easy. Good game. Good game, Zinnia. I'm sure we face you at some point later on in this game. Yeah, that's it. That's just what I was looking for. Okay. Nice, real nice, Pity Winner. Oh, I really felt that one. 4 points to you. You get this Meteorite Shard. See, she seems too friendly to be Courtney. My little theory is totally incorrect by the looks of things. I don't know, it's probably explained. What was that? It's probably something reacted. That glittering meteorite that you've got there. It's sure giving off some vibes. I'd keep a tight hold on it if I were you, along with that shard I just gave you. Hey, the actions that you're taking now, are they based off the ideals you cling to, or are they based on actual truths? And if they are, how much of the truth do you think you know? Deep. Deep. It's still speaking. Yes, ma'am. Moving out. Such a spoiled girl you are, Easter. So, will it be our next stop? Sweetie. What is our next stop? Tell us. Do we go back to the Devon Corporation now? Stephen does call us. Nice. Were you able to find the meteorite shard that we need? If you were able to secure it, could you hurry back to us at the Mosdeep Space Center? I'm afraid we don't seem to have much time left. Okay. Yeah, I kind of, the beginning of recording this video, I wanted that to be the last thing we did in this video, but I think I would just prefer to continue recording this episode. I'm actually having a lot of fun with the Delta episode, so may as well. I may as well. I just want to get through this little thing as quick as possible, I guess, because it's actually really, really interesting. So we didn't have to go up there, which was nice. Let's leave there and let's fly out to Mosdeep City like Stephen Stone wanted us to do. We are going to once again use the Eon Flute. We'll just fly on our Latios, it's easier. I can't wait to start capturing the legendary Pokemon. The legendary Pokemon, as you guys know, if you watched my top 5 video all the way back in like late May, I really, really wanted there to be a lot of legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I don't know, it just creates a real awesome aftergame in my personal opinion. So actually having a bunch of legendary Pokemon to capture in the aftergame, it's awesome. It's like Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Those games were really well received due to just the sheer amount of legendary Pokemon there were. So anyway, back to Mosdeep City. Mosdeep City is a really, it seems to be like the most popular area for events in this game. Like there was the demo and now there's all this. Yeah, I dig it. I really like it. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's just go in there. I was just looking around to see if there's anything we could grab. There wasn't. So anyway, let's go in the Space Center. Stephen Stone is hopefully going to be waiting for us. He must be PD Winner. Mr. Stephen Stone told me that he was expecting you. This way, please. Escorted upstairs. So that is good. Professor Cosmo, if I may interrupt you. Peter Winnell, thank you for coming, and you brought the Meteorite Shard with you. Well done. Handed over the Meteorite... Okay, great. I was rather surprised to learn that you knew the Professor. You really do seem to make connections everywhere you go. I really don't. The opposite could be said for real life and YouTube. Could I ask you to explain once more about the current plan? Indeed, please come this way. Okay. God, the interface looks so fantastic. Jesus, I imagine you've heard some of the situation from President Stone already. Our current plan involves using the infinite energy within our rocket, combined with the life and energy of humans found in Keystones. It will start by artificially replicating the massive energy that is triggered at the time of Mega Evolution. We will fire the energy produced from our rocket into space and create a warp hole. By creating a warp hole in the path of the incoming meteoroid, we hope to be able to transport it somewhere far away from here. As a matter of fact, this technology already exists and has been incorporated in some of our commonly used devices. I think you know what I mean. God, he's happy spinning around. These panels that spin you about, and then out you come, warp to another spot. I imagine you've stepped on a few such. Yeah, the Team Magma Hideout. An audacious plan, and using such technology you would. May I ask where exactly the asteroid will be warped to? Well, we're not entirely sure, but we do have a device that links the warp holes. We've named it the link cable, but there's no need to worry. Based on our theory, we can at least guarantee that they will be sending away from our planet. However, we've realized that we'll need more energy than originally anticipated to control the link cable properly. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but with one more meteorite shard... I guess we're going to learn in a second if Zinnia and Courtney are the same person. Nice. So this is the heart of the famous space center. Pretty impressive, huh? Okay. Excuse me, young lady, you can't just let yourself in here. Oh, what's the harm in it? Let me just stick in the mud. Right. I don't have a clue what's going on here. Who are you? You're no sightseer. Oh me, we do seem to keep running into one another. You are a busy boy, Petalburg. Who are you? What are you doing here? Me? I'm Zinnia, just your regular old tourist, nothing more. Today we're taking a little trip into space. Oh, I see. So this is what has come of human technology and of hope and blood and sweat and tears. And while the list gets kind of long and boring, but it contains everything, huh? I know all about it, about just what kind of energy you're using to fuel this rocket. The abominable technology humanity first thought up 3,000 years ago. So you're once again planning to claim this is best for humanity or best for the whole darn world. It's a snap of your fingers to repeat the sins of the past. Worst, if what I overheard is true, this time you're about to commit an error more abominable than before. Tell me, would you rather we sit here wringing our hands, waiting for the meteorite to strike us? What's up with that? You're a pretty simple guy for a former Pokemon. Oh, shots fired. And I guess I'll hang my hopes up on what our current champion will have to say. So how about it, Petalburg? What do you think? Do you have some better idea? You bet I do. Sure, you have to tell me so we can set these guys straight. Look, I'm not here to criticize the way you guys are looking at these things, but I want to be sure you've thought this through well and good. You know there are necessary sacrifices and unnecessary sacrifices. Well, a disappointment. This is the best you could do with all your technology and whatever. Instead of trying to make something out of nothing, you'd rather repeat the mistakes of the past straight up. No, you're going to add new mistakes on top. That really takes the cake. Okay. So, my idea is we're going to fly on Rayquaza. Hell yes, I think. I guess we'll just let ourselves out then. Come on, Asta. Whatever its name is. Okay. So what's next? Who was that woman and the way she spoke to us? It's almost as if she came here for some kind of confirmation, and yet I feel as though I should know her from somewhere. Professor, forgive me. I believe you were trying to tell us something before that woman interrupted us. Yes, as you see, in order to complete the warp hole, we will need another meteorite shard, an extremely pure one. Then should we head to Granite Cave once again? No, the kind of meteorite shard we need this time can only be found in Meteor Falls. Meteor Falls, I see. Perhaps we'll learn something there. Okay. So I think in the next episode we are going to head to Meteor Falls. That is the next priority. I don't want to make these episodes way too long. This one's already probably been at least half an hour in length. I'm not too sure. I don't have my timer up on screen right now. So in the next episode we will head to Meteor Falls and continue the Delta episode. Thank you very much for watching. A like as always would be really appreciated. My name's been Petalburg. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.